Hello everyone, and welcome to another video, where today I wanted to talk a little bit about plant identification. It's a large part of what I do on the channel, and as I was walking in the woods thinking of new videos to make, a thought crossed my mind and I wanted to share it with you guys. And that is the fact that it's never really all that good of an idea to identify a plant based on one single characteristic, no matter how strongly identifying that one characteristic is. For example, this is in all likelihood a burning bush plant, a highly invasive species that is characterized strongly by these wings on the side of the stem. Now, I would very much like to remove this plant, especially now in the early spring when the plant is just making new leaves, because right now this plant is working on stored energy and it has a very significant root ball. So even if I can't pull it up out of the ground to kill it, any damage that I do to the plant during this time is likely to probably kill it. In the summer, the plant will likely survive if I break it off at the base, but right now it probably won't. It'll get crowded out before it has the chance. However, given that it is the early spring, there are no leaves or fruit or flowers that I can use to identify this. So I have to rely solely on those wings on the stem. This is, quite frankly, not really enough information. For one plant, it's no big deal, but if you were going around and trying to remove hundreds of these, chances are you might make a mistake. Because while it's not common for plants to have wings like that on the stem, there are native plants that have similar structures. Especially, I think there's a species of elm down in the south of the United States that has a very similar structure to this. And you don't want to go around damaging native species in the hopes that you'll take out invasive ones. The point is that when you're identifying a plant, you want to use as many identifying characteristics as you can. If the only one you can use is just a single one, chances are there's going to be at least one plant out there that looks similar enough that you might make a mistake. For identifying and removing invasive species, it's not the end of the world. For wild edibles, it very well could be for you. So what should you do? Well, in my opinion, for most plants, especially if you're not going to be eating them, 2 is enough. Ideally, you want as many as you can get, but 2 should be fine. For these burning bush plants, likely ones at least, I'm going to wait until they get their first leaves, identify them properly with 2 characteristics, and then tear them up. And seeing how these are already budding, that should be in a week, maybe 2 weeks max. Stay tuned for a video when they do, because I'll show you guys how to properly identify these, as well as how to remove them with nothing more than your bare hands. Well, that's about it. Hope you guys learned something. See ya.